Hello folks, this is Tom from Anti-Proton.com, and today I'm here with my iOptron tracking mount that I got, and I have lab intern Neko-chan. Say hello to the camera, Neko-chan. He's like, let me the hell go. Say hi to the Neko. Say hi to... He doesn't want to say hi. Okay, well anyway, so this is a tracking mount. What's a tracking mount? Here's a tracking mount. You take a telescope like this guy right here, see, telescope? And you point it at the stars, but the stars are moving. Well, they're moving. We're actually the ones that are really moving. They're apparently moving. Now, they're technically moving too, but you get everything's moving. But the largest motion actually is the Earth rotating. So anyway, the problem is that when you look through here, the things up there tend to move. They move. Okay, I'm just going to say move. It's easy to say they move. Yes, it's actually us moving. Nobody correct me. It's just easier to say they move when I'm trying to explain. That's not as bad of a problem when you're looking, because you can just like adjust the telescope to follow stuff. It doesn't, fly across the eyepiece too fast. But when you're doing astrophotography, which is what I do, taking photographs of space. Wait, here's some photographs. You gotta keep everything really still. You gotta make it so that stars do not apparently move that much within at least 30 seconds, so you're not gonna be able to do much of anything. 60 seconds is preferable. And for hundreds of thousands of dollars, you can make them stay still for hours. But I don't have hundreds of thousands of dollars unless any of you want to donate. But this guy right here is a Orion short tube 80, which in my opinion, they did not pay me to say this. In my opinion, this is like the best little inexpensive scope that you can possibly get. It's like $100. All freaking metal. Oh my god, I've dropped this thing. Oh, don't drop your telescope. I've dropped this thing that survived twice now without any problems. It's absolutely a wonderful telescope for the money. I mean, really, in my opinion. For an achromatic telescope, it's 400 millimeters, 80 millimeter aperture. Oh, wow. Well, anyway, enough about this. This isn't what's important. This is what's important. I have safety scissors. Anyway, I usually use, as you all know, either a piece of obsidian, like obsidian glass fragment, because I'm weird and sort of Neolithic and write prehistoric books, or I'll use a humongous knife that's the size of Kentucky, but today we're going to go with this. Why? Because it's safety scissors. Let's see if I can injure myself with safety scissors. I have lacerations all over my body. The reason I have them is because I have a baby cat. And baby cats, well, technically speaking, I'm prey, and he's a predator. I mean, let's all just understand, he's an obligate carnivore, and I'm an omnivorous critter that has an arboreal nature and ancestry. So realistically speaking, I'm technically kind of prey. And that shows. These horrible marks on me. Alright, so I ordered this guy. It was on sale. I got this for a good price. So I contacted company after company asking about their tracking mounts, and I said the same thing. At about 400 millimeters focal length, prime focus, meaning I've jammed the camera kind of like right onto the end of it, can I keep a star still enough to track for 30 seconds to a minute if everything is in good order with your product? Most companies were just like, no response. Other ones were like, you'll need to spend at least $1 million. So like, I got terrible customer service back from many companies who will remain unnamed. But you know who you are. You're the ones that looked at my email and you were like, I don't care about this guy. So you ignored me. And then I didn't buy your product. But these guys replied back and they're like, hell yeah, you can definitely do it with this one. You need this one, or better, mind you, and you're not going to get like minutes of tracking. You're going to be lucky to get 30 to 60 seconds, but you can do it. Not like impossibly do it, but like you can do it. So, wow, that was potentially the worst cutting job ever actually recorded on tape. Good thing I didn't go in deeply. There's paper right here. All right, what do we have here? Having problems? Do not return to store. Call us instead. Okay, I'll do that. iOptron product registration department. Okay, I thought that said something really weird for a minute, but it didn't. It was fine. I'm not going to say what I thought it said. So, anyway, this is like a handy-dandy thing. Wait, hold on. Warranty, 2 years. 2 years on all the stuff. I'm sure it's like super limited and stuff, but still, man, if it's really good, buy more. No, I'd love to, but this stuff's expensive. Expensive. Although the little telescopes they have here remind me a lot of this short tube 80. I wonder if they're related in some way, like they come from the same company or something. Got that from Orion. This tells me how to do this. By the way, in case you're curious, since I love Orion so much, I'm like, Orion, why didn't I buy an Orion tracking scope? Well, the main reason I didn't get an Orion tracking scope, they have dual axis servo motors and stuff. The problem is they can't do one thing that this one can do, or at least I couldn't find any information on their site suggesting they could. And I wanted the ability to tell the motor what I wanted to do for tracking. Theirs is like side rail. This is the side rail rate. The speed at which we're going to move is this rate. We can do moon, we can do sun, we can do what we think might be the stars, but you can't adjust anything. I want to adjust stuff. With this thing, I can adjust stuff. In fact, apparently I can connect this to my computer, write software, and actually, or you could buy somebody else's software. I write my own software because I do computer science. But you could use somebody else's software or write your own, and you could program this thing to do whatever the heck you want. That's what it looks like you can do. And apparently the controller thing here lets you get away with doing that too to some degree. So I was like, oh, hell yeah, that's exactly what I need, because it's always a little bit off. I'm always like, could I just adjust it a little bit? Nope, 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 nope. So now I can adjust it. All right. Oh my God, what the hell is this? Oh, wait. Safety scissors. Bought these for a reason. Safety scissors. I think that this is the weight. This comes with a counterbalancing weight. The purpose behind the weight is to allow me to carry heavier payloads. I just watched my finger jump out of the way of the scissors by some like instinctual way that I wasn't even really conscious of. And it like just jumped out of the way too. Let me tell you something, I just about lost a finger. I've lost the end of 2 fingers before. Bait grinder, door. So, counterweight. This counterweight will allow me to hook up heavier stuff. It's supposed to be like 1.5, 2 kilograms. Throw the counterweight in the air right over top of the box. Because you're a smart guy, Tom. You're a genius. That's how stupid stuff happens, by the way. So watch what I do and then don't do it. Whatever I do, don't do it. Except I am cutting kind of away from myself, except I just about cut myself a second ago. The cats are listening, but they don't care. Alright, what's this? In fact, the cats are playing with the box. You cats, you better not cause troubles with that box while I'm trying to do stuff. You hear noises over that way, it's the cats. So this probably fits that. And that would fit underneath the tripod. Ooh. Cables. Yeah, this is an unboxing. You're like, dude, why doesn't you just skip ahead and show us what it looks like? But it's an unboxing. That's the whole point. What do you think? Unboxing meant taking your boxing gloves off or something? So we have a USB cable, the big double widey types. All right, we're in a 3.5 inch. We're in an f3.5 f-stop, I believe, on the camera right this moment. I think that's correct. So my focus is kind of narrow. I have it set to about right here, so if I go a little bit out of focus, sorry. That happens. This is a power adapter. It helps you adapt to power. So basically, this is going to take alternating current and turn it into direct current. Lab Assistant Mew has come nearby. I don't think he's in the focal frame thingy. I don't think you can see him. But you might be able to. He's sitting right there. Hey, Mew! You want to say something for the camera, Mew? He's not speaking. So this thing has hundreds of thousands of, I can't remember the exact number. It's a whole bunch. I'm sure I'll put it as a caption or something. A whole bunch of different items in its little database, and it can go to them. So it's a go-to mount. So it'll like go to things and then track them, which is very, very useful. I like that because not only am I lazy and want to just find stuff, I'm tired of doing it the hard way, but also I then want to track them. So the go-to wasn't a requirement, but it's useful. So there's your power. This is the cable that connects the little hand controller up to the device. This is, oh, bananas, look at that. Cigarette lighter adapter. Oh, you know what this is for. Oh, you know what this is for. This is for my car when I'm out doing whatever. I go to star parties and my car's parked right beside everything. And that's for the house. I don't know what I'm going to do with this one. I'll probably hook up an extension cord. Oh, hell yes. Oh, hell yes. Now, I'm doing solar gamma spectroscopy, my other hobby. I'm doing solar now. I'm observing the sun. I have a hydrogen alpha filter scope. I could use this and plug it up to my solar panel that I have. That might work, because I have a solar panel that powers stuff. So, let's get out the next thing. Alright, so we're at the point where we pull out the tripod. Now, I've heard naughty things about this tripod before. People are like, I don't know, it's pretty good, the tripod's the weakest link. It feels pretty solid to me. Now, I'm used to cheap tripods, so like, for me, if it doesn't just fall completely over immediately, it's solid. Let me move this out of the way. Let's see what that's like. Seems pretty solid to me. Like I said, what do I know? But it does seem solid. Rock solid. Ha. This is probably the hand controller. Hand controller. This thing has a 32-channel GPS built into it. So that means it's capable, not the controller, the device does. So that means it's capable of figuring out exactly where it is. And why is it useful? Because I don't want to have to calibrate the crap out of everything. I just put this down, turn it on, and it's like, and it finds out exactly where it's supposed to be. Then I can get on this thing if I want to, and I can do a 3-star calibration and become extremely calibrated. But I don't have to. I can do it nice and simply. See? It's like Christmas for me, except that I don't celebrate Christmas. Now everybody's all like, you doesn't celebrate Christmas? What are his beliefs? What are they? Maybe I don't celebrate anything. That would be useful. Saves on money too, let me tell you. Oh no, I'm going to get a whole bunch of comments about that. You're going to burn in hell. Yeah, probably. But I'll at least have a tracking mount. Alright, let's see here. This is the device. Nothing is shaking in it. It's always a good thing. So basically put, this opens up by some means. Push down, push out, push out. There. I mean, better if this wasn't in the way. I think it moves. That's a battery case. So it takes 8 little AA's that you pull out of here. One note to vendors and manufacturers and stuff. Stop using these power cases that like come out and have cords attached to them that are all like wobbly. That always annoys me. If you're really careful and gentle, everything's fine. In the middle of the night, you can damage these things. So this is one little note. A lot of companies do that. I like it when it's nice and built in. You know what I mean? I think they did it to save on space, though, just to be fair, because there's not a lot of real estate going on here. So this thing basically plugs on top of this. By some means. There we go. There's a screw. Yeah. This is a slightly different design than what I originally read in the manual. It's like I read the manual today before doing this. So this is a little tiny bit different. There's like a piece of something jammed in the bottom of this. And this part's pretty much like a Celestron CG3. This little part here is about the same. This is not happy with me at all. There. That's in place, and these come out, so like this would rise up in there. But here's the problem. There's like a little piece of something wedged up in this. Huh. So I've got a little piece of crud jammed up in the screw hole, because there's like a screw thing here that turns, and this would go on and screw up into it. It's like I gave you like the figure. But so that little thing needs to come out, whatever it is. What is it? Why is it jammed in there? It doesn't look like it's anything really strong. Do I have anything to pry it with? So I can get it out, so I can get this on. Uno momento. Okay, so I got it out. It was rolled up paper. It was like rolled up so tight, the damn thing was like wood. Looking carefully at the little piece of paper, which I've already done because I'm a weirdo, it has Chinese written all over it. I'm going to go with, maybe we can guess where this was manufactured. I think it's China, mind you. Just interesting. Wonder what it says. It's in Chinese. I know somebody who speaks Chinese, so I will ask them to look it up and tell me. Why would that be in there? I mean, I got that it was manufactured in China. Why would that be jammed in there? That's weird. There we go. There. Tight, 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 tight. Now, one thing I was told by people on the interweb, and you know, you write it on the internet, it's obviously completely true, right? You need to get two things for it. My cat spirited away one of my objects. A bubble mount, like a bubble level, and a compass. Now this is supposed to, yeah, it has a bubble level on it, but supposedly this bubble level is not accurate. I'm not actually making this determination because I have never used this bubble level. It could be the most accurate ever made, but supposedly it's not that accurate. So on the top there's like this random space here. I'm going to put a compass, because you need to be able to tell this thing exactly what direction is south. That's important. And I'm going to put the bubble level on it and attach the bubble level to my telescope too. So that should be useful. Supposedly this connects onto here somehow. Oh wow. That's hefty. This is pretty intuitive. Man, yeah, I looked at the little instruction thing before I started this, like, so I'm not going to be all like, oh, you know, totally intuitive. But it really wasn't the most complicated thing to figure out. I think that that's just like a safety thing. That's what it shows to do in the package, by the way, too. So nobody give me any crap here. I'm doing exactly what this thing says to do in the package. Like, exactly. Actually, I think I'm doing something wrong right this second. Alright, so I think it's supposed to go that direction. Alright. Nice dovetail. There. Alright, so that's kind of like right, I think. So now we take this thing. I've never used this. So like, don't be all, you know, judging on me, hating on me. Alright, so that plugs into there. And you, actually, you guys can't see that. Oh, we can't see it after I turn it around anyway, but this is better. So we have voltage in, power button, HBX, HBX. I think that's the one I want right there. Yes, picture always shows plugging it into this one. Although it may not matter. It looks like an RG11 cable off the top of my head. Boink. Now, we need power. Supposedly, this is all good. So let's plug this into power and see what we get. My leg is still injured, by the way, if you're wondering why I'm keeping my leg out funny. Alright, it's on. Now supposedly, this thing's going to find satellites. GPS on, it says. And I'm going to have to configure this thing. Now, let me take a look at the instructions from here on out before I continue. Alrighty, it does appear to be working. So basically, I cut the power off and adjusted this sucker until it was pointed straight up. I hit the park button, which was supposed to like straighten this thing up. Well, it straightened it to some weird angle, so I was like, must not be calibrated right. So I cut it off, put it back to where it's supposed to be, then hit the park button, it didn't move, so I think we're good. So now it's tracking the moon, it thinks. The moon's not really exactly this way. I took a guess as to where random star was. I can't see any stars in here, and it's nasty outside. So basically, I've had to make a guess. So the moon's not probably really that direction, but it's good enough. The point is, it thinks it knows where the moon is, and it's tracking something. So that's good. That's working right. So let's Let's set it to something and see if it works, okay? So menu, select and slew, stars. By the way, it is smart. I told it to select something that wasn't up yet, and it told me when the next rise was and didn't actually go to it, which is, I guess, good. Double stars. Here's one randomly. It's going to go find a star that I told it to go to. Now imagine my camera just plugged right onto the end of that. That's what I'm imagining. And there it goes. All my information, all my pertinent information, I can't even speak right, all working nice. And an interesting thing I discovered is taking this compass and putting it right on the top didn't work. This right here has something electrical going on in it, and it messes with the compass. So basically, I'm going to have to put the compass, like glue it onto the side here or something like this, so it'll work. That's kind of interesting. So if you put a compass on the top, it might throw your calibration off. Just throwing that out there. Just throwing that out there. So far, I can't say that it's good or bad because I haven't used it. And since the West Coast is slowly turning into Tatooine and the East Coast of the United States is slowly turning into Dagobah, I won't be able to do anything anytime soon. This is non-stop rain because global warming is destroying us all slowly but surely. But that's okay. If it ever gets nice outside, I'll videotape how this thing performs. 30 seconds to a minute's all I need. So far it's working really, really great. Instructions were reasonably easy, a little off, but reasonably easy to set up. It was pretty fun to do, and I'm thinking it looks pretty neat. I think we can get somewhere with it. Let's see, 45p, where's Comet 45p? We'll know in just a second how far off it is. 45p is not in there. That's that comet that's around right this moment. Now luckily we can easily put stuff into this or plug it up to software. This thing can be plugged directly to your computer and accepts like tracker software stuff, so you can find things that way. It's pointing towards a random comet. Alright. I better let it do its thing before I touch it, right? Alright, there we go. Oh, that was great. Well, let me just demonstrate another thing it has. It has an advanced clutch built into it so that it doesn't get injured if what just happened occurred. That's what the manual says. It's supposed to be really good about that. See? So anyway, that can happen. This has been Tom from God, you're covered in plastic. Tom from anti-proton.com, and I will tell you how this thing goes. And this was a random unboxing of this, the iOptron CubePro 8200, which appears to be a good tracking mount. I will post an update as soon as I have more information, because right now I don't have any. What do you see, Neko-chan? You see something? He sees a comet? Alright.